dropping 1 inch a minute. Band speed is at 146. I am taking basically a 90 thou cut down along the edge. The fixturing, I have it butt up against some stops I made. At this rate, we're looking at somewhere I have a 9x10 block of stainless, and I am running basically at 90 square inches. Having a head fall at 0.10 would give me a 90-minute cut time. My ultimate goal would be to get around, instead of 1 square inch a minute, be running around an inch and about 1.5 squares a minute, which would put me into about a 60-minute cut time. We're currently into this cut, roughly, I'm about 12 minutes into the cut. I started out with a much slower feed. I was dropping the head around 0.600 thou a minute. Or I mean 0.60 thou a minute. Increased it up to basically 100 thou a minute. Right now my head fall is. I just checked my head fall. Head fall is just shy of 100 thou per minute. I'm going to turn the camera off. We're 17 minutes in the cut. I'll turn it back on once we get down a little bit farther. Currently, right now, what I'm seeing is everything is still looking good. My picture was off a hair, but I'm holding into the cut at this moment. So camera's going off. I'll come back on in a little bit later. Okay, we're back in here. Basically, we have around, we're into the cut. Basically, as you can see, we're into the cut. Around 59 minutes at this point. We are beyond halfway. As I estimated this to be about somewhere 90 minutes, but I did start slower at the beginning, just checking things, making sure everything would work. Right now it looks we haven't really seemed to have cut out from the part at all. I'm still doing about the same part of the cut as far as the depth of the cut. We're still dropping at 100 thou a minute. I could increase it if I was cutting something on the other side, but at this moment I just want to get through this cut without making any changes. So I'll let this cut a little bit while, and as you can see, we're getting nice chip load on the blade, and everything is looking good at this moment. Okay, we're 1 hour, 19 minutes into the cut. At this time, I'm going to turn the camera off I do see that on the exit, we're still got a little bit on the entrance. I would say probably my part's off a little bit because on the bottom, which I realized on the fixture, so I'm not taking as much of a cut, but I'm still looking pretty good, so can be off a few thou. We'll come back once I get lower down near the bottom. Okay, we're back on. We're getting down close to the bottom of the cut. We're basically about a little less than 1 inch away from the bottom. My cut time currently, I'm at 1 hour 27 seconds. Like I say, my game plan was to go for a 90-minute cut time at a drop of 0.10 inches a minute. I feel it could be, easily stepped up, but that was my first attempt and where I wanted to maintain and try. I'm not going to cut it all the way down to the bottom. I want to let a little bit of a ridge so we can see what the depth of cut actually was. So I feel probably when I get down close to those bolt holes, we're probably going to finish the cut there. So it'll be another minute or two and we should be there. As far as smoothness, we got a very smooth cut. Again, my band speed is at basically 146 feet per minute. And like I say, when I get down into those holes, I think I'm going to stop the cut. And definitely my fixturing was not perfect, but as close as I could get it with what I had. The tombstone system, some kind of a fixturing back there will be a lot more precise. So I'm just about in the back hole. I'm just about ready to enter that hole to the right. I'm still a little bit away on the front, but like I said, I want to leave probably about a ½ inch to a ¼ inch little stub left over. Give you a little idea of what I've done here as far as the stops. I basically attach a couple stops right onto the indexer, so I was able to butt the part up to them stops to give me my dimension. And that concludes the cut.